Hello everybody, my name is William, or Squeaky if you so prefer, and this is Manor Lords. Where we last left off, we were in the process of rebuilding, or should I say constructing, our town. In today's episode, the aim of the game is growth and production. So, we're going to grow our settlement, we're going to produce more luxury items to allow us to eventually upgrade our burgage plots, as well as being able to grow our settlement. We probably end up building the church today, and with that extra family and our money, we're going to invest in a hunting dog. His name is Bartonless. We've got plenty of burgage available living space, however we can always expand these areas to increase that. As well, once we've got the saw pit, good. Okay, so livestock. We do have good approval, so we will be gaining more families, so long as we have living space for them to move to. However, with that, we also need to increase production of resources. So we will need fuel and food. Let's come up towards, I believe, 19 people. Ooh. Trees have been felled. That's the sound of industry. Cool. We're gonna probably get around 50 or 60 planks, and then we'll build ourselves a nice little church area. Seems quite cool. So what we'll do is, is there a remove rod? Alt right click or alt left click. That's not right. Road. Oh, nice. Oh, that's very cool. I've never actually done that. I've never built a road wrong or made a mistake while building it. Where would be a good place for our church? Important decision. Ooh. That seems like a good place for it. So, now that we've got no need for the saw pit, once we've got the planks that we need for now, we will stick them onto lumber. Now, I did notice in the last video there was a small bit of screen tearing, so hopefully with a few tweaks I've made, that should be removed. If not, I'm also going to try and avoid moving the camera around too fast. And food, how are we doing? Good. So, we bought the hunting dogs upgrade at the beginning of the episode. The reason for that is Bartonless here, or yeah, Bartelmus, will go out and catch a few rabbits and provide us with some extra food, giving our people an increase in the amount of meat, thus greater amount of food variety, which will definitely increase happiness. Do, however, really, really need a lot more timber, a lot more firewood before winter comes. There goes the dog. Get him, boy. Poor girl. Probably boy, isn't it? Hound. What a good dog. What a goodest boy. It's not good for you, that. Not good for you in the slightest. So, let's get our church placed. Now, we unfortunately have no available families, so we'll have to take one family off of there. And... Let's go fast speed while we wait for construction. We've got 2 families now available for a bit of constructing on the church. This will take a while. However... Okay, we are increasing the amount of firewood we have. That is good. Good, yeah. Out of food as well. Oh, a lovely little summer storm. That's what we've always wanted. Tell you, one thing that does get me is when we're sat in a very hot summer in Scotland, and all of a sudden you get a lovely, nice bit of rain, and you go, oh. It is truly, absolutely breathtaking. Sorry about that. Remember guys, as well, this game is in very early access, so any and all slight graphical or texture issues, please try and look past them. This has got so much potential, and I really, really hope the creators continue massive long-term support, because I would rather this than the next Call of Duty any day. And we have a church. Let's go! So, let's look at what we need in order to get our people happy. All we need to do is build a load of planks. We've got fuel, we've got food, and we've got a lot of people. Or not a lot of people, we're barely even a small village. But what we'll do is stick on a reserve of 6 timber. Production limit of 100 planks. Probably never hit 100 planks anytime soon. However, in the late game especially, once your village has been running for a few years, you are quite likely to build up to that sort of level. They are having a great time. I mean, again, by medieval peasant standards, these people are probably absolutely living their best life. So, yes, thank you, church bell. Ding. Right. So, we've got some planks. Do we? Not enough. So, let's wait up some more. Nope. The leaves are starting to change colour. Where are these people? What are they waiting for? Sick. Oh, of course, yeah. Of course. Can't even get a herbalist. Right, what I can do, however, while these people are useless, let's construct ourselves some larger houses. What I might do is take this family off and put a new one on in order to change out the rotation of people. Hopefully meaning the sick ones are not going to be in the sawmill anymore. There we go. We've got it. So, now that we can, let's upgrade a load of our houses into tier 2 burgage plots. What that means is that these people have a slightly higher standard of living and will now provide some form of rent in the form of regional wealth. And we can either tax that, or we can spend that back on the town. So for the majority of it at the beginning, we're just going to be spending that on the town. almost at 40 people in our small little village. Oh no! Where? Okay, other side of the map. Woo! Medium village! Now, in future updates, there will be a, you know, perks at every level. However, in this version of the game, we are only gonna get one. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is, as they say. So, money should now be coming in. And with more people, it means that we can get more supplies. So we is look at building a charcoal kiln. Whereabouts is that? Is that under industry? It is. What this does is essentially takes all that firewood that we've been cutting down at the woodcutter's lodge and then burns that to create charcoal, which lasts longer and gives us 2 charcoal for every 1 piece of firewood. Effectively doubling the amount of fuel that we get per person. Also, look at building a stone cutter camp. So that we can extract all the little bits of stone up on the surface here and build our manor. See, regional wealth is coming in. In this nice and small one here. Get some chickens. That'll provide us with the occasional bit of chicken, as well as eggs on the more regular. Now, what we're going to do here is set up a crop rotation system. So, by having these long, short fields, we'll be able to rotate crops effectively without overstripping the local soil in that area. I think this one will probably be the biggest one. So, in future, we'll be able to grow rye, flax, and fallow. Rye, flax, and very, very poor quality barley for small amounts of beer. I do apologise for this being a little bit of a quieter episode. I've not got much to talk about, and I have a bit of a sore throat. If you can't tell, my voice has been a little bit off. Hopefully, next episode will be a bit more enthusiastic. However, I just wanted to produce at least one episode for a series today. Yeah, I was going to record Minecraft, however, I remembered where we got to and made me quite sad. So, instead, I said, give Manor Lords the old college try, and I think this is a bit more of a happier place. So, let's build ourselves a trading post, as well as the farm. Now, with the farmhouse, we'll be able to assign many of these regular families. We want to have a lot of manpower for them, as this level of agriculture is very, very labor intensive. So we will need a lot and a lot of our people to be able to till these fields effectively. So, here is the plan. We will do nothing for this year, but we will look to set up our crop rotation. So, here's what we'll do. Next year, we're going to put rye in this one, and wheat in this one. The year after that, we're going to put wheat in this one, rye in that one. And then that would be technically this year, however, we're not going to do anything. There.
Who's using the auger?
We will
I need to drill holes. Who's using the auger?
wait out the winter to
holes.
let our crops. Year after that, you want wheat. And the year after that, you'll go to rye. Now, with agriculture in Manor Lords, you never, ever, ever, ever want to farm the same crop twice, 2 years in a row, as it will just absolutely tank your fertility, and you will get horrible yields. However, by changing it up, different minerals are stripped from the soil, so therefore, less can often be more. Right, we've received reports of a band of raiders roaming the nearby lands. We should track their steps. We will be ready. So, how can we be ready, I hear you ask? The production of war bows. And also, large shields. Now, the reason we built that, trading post is so that we could import spears. Now, if we build large shields, that means we only have to import half the equipment to equip the rest of our militia, as well as we can soon, if we continue to grow the town, which we shall definitely be doing. Let's also, yep, soul pit's still running. So let's add more houses. More production, so that we can begin to advance. Yep, we want large shields, and we want lots of them. See? Now producing large shields. So, we've got equipment. We're starting to recruit. I don't know why there are corpses near. Oh. Okay, so the evil man is doing evil man things. We could attempt to fight him on the battlefield, however, with no money and 20 men under arms, we would just get washed. So instead, what we'll do is let him have it. We'll fight him for it another day. Now, while we don't really have a use for a logging camp as aggressively, I think I'd rather have these guys in construction. You can also now put 2 families into there to make use of these berries. Our huntsmen are out there collecting a large amount of small game. They are very proficient. Trading post has been built. So, trade. We want to military. And what we want is to establish this right here. The second we can establish a trade route where we can sell large shields, the better we will be doing. As with plenty of large shields, we can very, very quickly just quickly make money. Regional wealth from export of large shields would be ridiculous. So we've got a maximum of 32 men under arms. With the new houses, that should bring us up past that, which means we could then look to raising our next militia regiment. So that's almost 100% going to be a longbowman regiment. The reason for that is so that we have a unit that we can quickly and cheaply produce and max out. As you can see, we've made 4 large shields for the militia. So, what is next? I hear you ask. We can also look at production of leather. Is it through this one? I think so. So, over by the murder camp, as we shall call it. We've got a lot of pelts. Can we? Actually, let's see. Crafting material. Pelts. 20. Oh, and they sell for the same amount of shields. However, if we made them into leather... No, the cost doesn't change. So yeah, we can just sell pelts. How's everyone's new year going? As I'm recording this, it's currently the 6th. I've got a few bits that I'm in need to do before I go on to do some bigger and more important things with my life. So yeah, that's exciting. We have reached a grand total of 50 people. As well as, what I really, really like is for... That's probably why. We need to actually assign people to that. And get that construction finished. There we go. Alright, so what we added there was a stable area. Woo! Regional wealth. That's what we wanted. So, let's go to crafting materials. Let's get ourselves a new trade route and let's change that desired surplus down to 50 pelts. What's that gonna do? That's gonna let us absolutely. There's our other hit. I'm gonna move that. Ooh, big money! Whoop whoop! Right, so. Trade. Military. Where are spears? Import. I want a desired surplus of 10. So what that means is that we will import as many spears as we need for the militia, and then we will get an additional 10 on top of that. Which we could then use to form another militia regiment of spears, which is probably what you want to do in the long term, because having 72 spearmen is a really good front line. Spears are genuinely the best militia in the game. They have a low attack, but a really high defense, and impaling 10, which means that if the enemy charges you, you will win. They also have quite high armor for a militia unit of 5 base, going up to, I believe, 8. If you fully upgrade arms and armor. So, if you were to do that, you would... Oh, we are getting in big money! So, let's get a livestock assigned there. We'll order a new ox and upgrade that to a stable. Joiner shop could probably stop producing shields now, as we do have a ludicrous amount of them and we're not selling them yet. Actually, let's do that. Let's establish another trade route when we can. I think we just bought a load of spears. Yes, we have. Look at that. 32 fighting men ready to be raised. What we'll also do is increase the level of these burgage plots so that we can convert these into other artisan workshops. What we preferably want is to make them into a archery or a bower shop. Once you start producing longbows in these sorts of in this sort of town, the production of longbows would be an absolute godsend. How many men? We've got 40 fighting men ready. We are going absolutely golden. So, I've actually got a ludicrous amount of footage for now. I think I'm going to record another episode of this, but for this episode, I have been William, or Squeaky if you so prefer. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye!